Night Talk with Teresa. Of course, it's your girl Teresa. I got Nikki on the phone. Say hi, Nikki.
Hi, everybody.
All right. I don't know if y'all can see her too well with this light. Let me try to change up the light here. The light is too much. I don't like the light that it's giving me. That's too
Hold to
bright.
the light,
That's
Caroline.
too
Hold
dark.
to the light.
Too dark. Too dark. Let me turn something. Let me hit something. We gotta fix the light. Maybe that's too much light. It's still too light.
I'm already light. It might be too much.
Okay, well, we'll have to work with it. Work with it. All right. So I know y'all probably wondering what the world this girl doing with this mask on. Of course, you know me and my Foxy Brown wig ain't making no difference. But I'm wearing this mask because if you are going to be in the Orlando area October 8th, you got to attend the Masquerade Ball hosted by About Our Business, which is myself and my co founder, Angela Moody. So, what I'm going to do is, if you're on the YouTube channel watching, I will put in comments the email address, the website address for you to be able to see the tickets. If you are listening to me on Anchor or Spotify or WordPress, you can hit me up. My email is Teresa Teresa R Drakeford Drakeford @gmail.com. You can hit me up on there and I'll give you the website to go to. I would say it here, but it's pretty long, so I won't do that. All right. On top of that, so if y'all like the mask, get your own mask. You got to get your own mask. Another thing that I have here is, if you guys can't see on the Anchor, Spotify, or WordPress, but I got a shirt here that says "Trust God, sis." If you like this lovely attire that I have on, because trust me, this girl's attire is amazing. Y'all got to get yourself a shirt. Remind yourself what you need to do every day. Trust God, He won't lead you the wrong way. Okay? So I will put that information in the website on the comments as well, so you can get yourself some apparel if you want it. And then lastly, of course, if you didn't know, as me, if you listen to my podcast, you'll know that I am a Love Winks consultant. So, with that being said, I have three things here. The first thing I have here is rejuvenating body stimulating gel. For those of us that work out, we get sore muscles. Rubbing this on really relieves that soreness. Another thing that we have here is the body scrub, but it's for the foot. So if you got some dry, ashy feet, I would recommend it. It works. It's peppermint, works really well. And then lastly, for the rest of your body, this is for the legs. This is some massage lotion. So, I work out on a bike, my legs get sore. Amazing. So, each one of these sells separately for $25. But if you buy all three, it's $70. And if you hit me up on my email and tell me you saw it, I'll give you a special on it. But you got to tell me you saw it, or you'll have to hit my website, which I will put in the comments. If you're not able to see the comments, that website is http Teresa R Drakeford.lovewinks.com. LOVEWINX. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do for the selling for the night. The next part is, we're on the second part of the feminine traits men find irresistible in women. So let me go ahead and play him, and then Nikki and I will give our little feedback on what we think about it, and I'll stop in between. You got anything to say, Nikki, till we get started?
Nope.
All
Let's
right
get it.
then.
Get it popping.
Get it popping, we will. All right, so here we go.
What made this man cheat on his partner with someone who was less attractive, especially when we talk about how men are so drawn to the physical, the visual, all right? It's about things like that woman showing him desire. That woman being
This is really a
accommodating to
continuation
him.
of the
And
last
I'm going
week.
to mention some of the other things on this list in this video, but her willingness to express desire plays a huge role. I feel the need to make one more example before we move on. I promise we'll move on to the next one. Another example where you see this play out a lot is, you ever see a situation where there's a man, and let's just say there's two women in his life at this moment. And one woman is, you could say, the more conservative, quote unquote, good girl, whatever you want to label it. And the other woman is the crazy one. All right? She's nuts. Okay? And in a lot of situations, the man chooses the crazy one. And you're like, what the hell is this? And what it boils down to in many situations is that in her craziness, she shows and expresses desire. She has no problem saying to this man and showing this man, I want you. In her mind, you are mine. You ain't going nowhere. And I'm going to fight to the death to have you. Hopefully not actually to the death, but I'm just saying. That's how passionate she is. Whereas the quote-unquote good girl conservative one is more nonchalant. Is more, well, if he wants me, he needs to come get me. And I understand why she would have that thought process. But in taking a step back, she's not realizing, but you're not showing him that you even want him. You're not showing him you value him. And men want to feel wanted and desired and valued. So when a woman can express herself, be more forthcoming, provide clarity, express desire, these things are extremely irresistible to a man and will draw him more to you. All right, so now another.
Okay, so Nikki, even though I went over this the last time, what is your take on what he just said?
Well, I do agree with him that a woman should definitely put the effort forward to show him that she desires him.
Mm-hmm.
The I get what he's saying about the crazy, but it's like me, I don't do crazy. I'm not going to do crazy. I'm gonna do crazy, but I don't mind showing and expressing to somebody that I want it. I'm gonna let them know. Yeah, if a woman is not showing it to her man and she expects him to, want her the same way she wants him, but she's not showing him. I don't think she's gonna get that man either.
Right.
You have to put forth the effort. Not so much of the craziness, but I have ran into men who they like the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They like that kind of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Even though once they get it, it drives them nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something about that chase for them.
Mm-hmm.
But to each his own. Like I'm not gonna do crazy. I will definitely put in all the effort, show you I don't mind expressing myself and letting you know I love you, want you, need you, gonna do all these little tricks and everything you need, but I ain't doing it crazy. So
Right. I'm with you. I'm
yeah,
with you 100%.
yeah.
All right. So, on to the next trait. Let's see what it is.
Irresistible feminine trait is being open-minded, and I want to say more specifically, not being judgmental. Okay? I think this is another unspoken or not spoken about enough issue that I've seen in a lot of situations, a lot of relationships, where one, let's start with being open-minded. I think when you examine relationships with men and women, you tend to see that the woman does tend to be more open-minded at times, and the man might be a little bit more rigid. And it depends. I'm going to say once upon a time. I'm not sure if that really applies right now in today's world, but once upon a time, it was more so the men were more rigid with their ways, and the women were a little bit more open and free. And we could argue that that was because once upon a time, women were walking more in their feminine energy, men were more in their masculine energy, and that created that kind of a dynamic. But the reality is that a man does not want to deal with a very rigid woman. All right? A lot of men, of course, there's exceptions to every rule. They want to feel like their woman is that open-mindedness, that free-flowing, that creates a balance in that man's life. So even if he himself can be a little rigid, we seek a balance in our relationships. Whether consciously or subconsciously, it happens a lot of times. And we want that person that can kind of pull us out of our shell, so to speak, or again, bring just a balance to the relationship. So men want to feel that she's a little more open-minded, but to go deeper, and I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, a lot of times that open-mindedness is desired in the area of sexual relations. Let's just keep it real.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right there. Now, now I am a I could probably be considered rigid at some time because I've had a lot of situations where a man will say, "Will you do this? Will you do that? Will you do this?" I'm like, "Mm-mm." So I can be open minded to a certain extent. You get what I'm saying? And yes, in the bedroom, but some men want to take it to a whole nother level that I don't feel comfortable with. Now, I don't mind trying things, but if it's gonna make me feel really, really, really uncomfortable, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I might try and be like, no, I can't. So, what do you think, Nikki?
I definitely agree with the open-mindedness. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's definitely me. Um, but it is to a certain extent. I
Mm-hmm.
think you should be able to have these conversations with your mate and not have it turn into an argument though,
Right.
because there are a lot of women who are insecure. So when a man, even, and it doesn't have to be something like adding a third person or anything like that, but it could be like, babe, let's try this. But
Mm-hmm.
there are some women, and in some instances, there are men who are insecure. So when that person asks, hey, I thought about us trying this, they may take it personal and feeling like, oh, are you saying that because I'm not doing something good enough, for you sexually? So
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be able to have these conversations, and it should be something that's just like healthy in your relationship, and you should be able to also say no to something that you're not comfortable with. But I definitely feel like you should be where people should try to be a little more open-minded,
Mm-hmm.
because again, it just all goes down to how secure someone is and not taking things personal.
Right. Right. I think that's a good thing too. Is like it's got to be two sides to it too. So, for instance, let's say he does say, "I want to have another woman in the bedroom a few times." Okay, well, you cool with having another dude in the bedroom too? Because I'm gonna play it that way. um,
Mm-hmm.
it should not just be one sided. It should be two sides. So some men will not do that. Just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Then don't say I'm being rigid if I'm saying we can do that if this can happen too.
Exactly.
So that's one thing. And
Right.
it's also too, like you say, communication is the most important thing when it comes to a relationship. As long as you're communicating and explaining, let's just spice it up a little bit by doing this or doing that. Be open minded with it. Just go with it and say, okay, let's try it. If after you do it you don't like it, that's all I can say.
Right.
Right. So,
Right. I'm cool with that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So let's see what else he says.
All right. And I think that if I had to say where I've heard men complain about a woman's rigidness the most, it would be in the bedroom. All right. Now listen, I everyone has their line to draw, and I'm not here to tell you how far to go past the line. Okay. You gotta find what you're comfortable with, what you're happy with, and this is why I'm a firm believer in we have to talk about these things before we get deep into a relationship, before we get married, we even before we ever have sex with each other. I think we need to have discussions about our views on sexuality and what our desires are so we can see if we're on the same page and truly capable of fulfilling each other in that manner. But
Oh,
I
gotta
never would have
love the
thought my life would
ass.
look the way it looks 2 years from now. This
All right.
keep in mind that I think I do understand that when a woman feels comfortable and safe in the relationship, it's easier for her to open up, whether it be sexually, whether it be in various other ways. So I understand the role that the man plays in this dynamic, But I do think that as a woman, you gotta own that energy. You gotta come into it. And again, wherever your line is, draw it. But you gotta come in with that. I not putting it on him to get you to that more open-minded place, but being more open-minded, but having your standards of what you expect in return. What needs to be reciprocated for you to continue to pour into him in that manner.
Exactly
When
what
you
we
are able
said.
to show an open-mindedness, that again, I think creates a better energy and environment in the relationship. But also, when we talk about not being judgmental, I think what's important to understand is that, when we talk about men struggling to open up to women sometimes, I've seen it happen in a lot of couples where part of that happens because he's observing how judgmental you are towards other people. So if you are a woman, and let me say this, I wrote this in my very first book, which was actually to men about, it's called How to Get a Woman to Have Sex with You If You're Her Husband, all right? And one of the points I make in that is, if the woman sees the man is very judgmental towards women in general, that will cause her to feel unsafe in regards to opening up about certain things, even being more sexually free with him. You know, how she's willing to navigate the situation, because she doesn't want him to look down upon her. She doesn't want him to judge her. So she kind of stays in that shell, but of course it has its ramifications. Well, the reality is that happens on the other side as well. Where if he sees you are very judgmental of people in general, and very judgmental of other women, and all these things, well, it doesn't make him feel safe that he can come to you about certain things, because if he feels like you're going to basically turn that wrath on him, so to speak. So learning how not to be, and I think for all of us as human beings, men and women, it is best that we learn not to carry such a judgmental spirit. And when
I got to pause right there. I have to say that I find myself being judgmental sometimes. And after listening to this, it's not just with men, but it's in my everyday life. I don't want to be judgmental. I don't like that. It's like no one has the right to judge anyone. No one. So I have found myself to be like that, and I'm bringing myself back to where I can't do that anymore. And sometimes it's like I need to have a rubber band or something on my arm. So when I feel like I need to be judgmental, I just pop myself and be like, nope, not today, not today. So I get what he's saying. I don't like to be with somebody, just like with friends. You know that what we're talking about, Nikki, where if you're with a friend, all she does is talk about somebody else and be judgmental against somebody else. What's in the back of your mind? I bet she talking about
She's
me
talking
being
saying
judgmental
about
about
me.
me. Yeah. So we try not to hang around individuals like that. We like, I don't want to be around that person because she judging. She too judgmental. And we can't expect our men to want to be with us if we like that, because we gonna judge them too.
Yes.
So that's how I feel about it. What you think, Miss Nikki?
I definitely, I've been working on not being judgmental. Of course, we all are at times, but I've been working on this probably since I got in my 20s, because I grew up around, I guess, people are so set in their ways about everything
Mm-hmm.
that their way is the right way and there's no other way. And as I got older, I just started realizing that I don't want to be that person.
Right.
So I like mentally work on this all the time, because for me, I don't, I'm not judgmental. I kind of like observing people, and instead of me saying that's trifling, why they do that, I just pay attention to what they're doing, because actually my way is not always the right way,
Right.
and I can learn something from someone else, even if I don't necessarily agree. So it's not only in my relationship with men or man, it's with my friendships too. And I'm usually the person who, if I hear a friend of mine like saying something very judgmental about someone, I usually throw out, well, you shouldn't really say that, because you don't know, why that person is doing what they're doing. It could have been this and that. I
Mm-hmm.
find myself doing that a lot, and sometimes I just try to be quiet because I'm not trying to come off like that. but I usually be the person who roots for the underdog
Mm-hmm.
because, in all actuality, just because I was taught to do this all my life, that doesn't mean that's right. That doesn't even mean that's the best way to do it or the right way to do it. And
Right.
I definitely just the judgmental thing is crazy because, like you said, a man will see a woman and all she do is talk about other women. Oh, look at her. Or why she got that on? Why would she wear this to the mall? Why is she showing her stomach or whatever? And then if she wants to come to her and say something, like or say this would look good on you or something, he already knows in her mind this is what she normally says about other women. And it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make him not feel comfortable to approach her in that way because all he does is hear her talk about other women or, or some of his friends or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, people pay attention to the person they love, who they want to be
Mm-hmm.
with, and they see how they react to things. So it can affect how they communicate with each other.
Right.
I definitely
Exactly.
agree with that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I have to say, Nikki is one of those people that she don't want to hear it. It's like, nope, nope, don't want to hear it, don't want to hear it. And I get to myself sometimes, but it comes a point though when it's not just judgmental. Some people show their true colors, so you're not really
Oh,
judging.
yeah.
It's you're
Yeah.
just stating facts. So
Yeah.
that's the difference that you got to understand as well is not just the fact that you're being judgmental. No, this person actually showed me that's how they are.
Especially when they're doing something with you or towards you. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
you got every right to speak on that and
Mm-hmm.
feel on that. But yeah,
Right. All right. So let's see what
I
else he
like
said.
him. Now he has some good views.
Yeah, I love this man. All right. So let's see what next he says.
When I say judgmental spirit, because I know some people may argue, well, you're supposed to judge people in the sense of evaluating individuals. Yes, evaluation, but not judging as far as condemning and just writing people off and throwing negative energy towards individuals because of how you want to look down upon them due to disagreements or, even if, okay, they're into things we're not into, all right, that's them, that's their life, you know? We don't need to look down on each other for our differences, so to speak. So I think it's important to understand that coming in with an open mind, having that open-minded spirit, and not being judgmental is definitely going to play very well in your relations with men. Now, before I move on to my next point, which is going to be a doozy, I'm letting you know right now. Okay? A lot of you are always asking me for one-on-one coaching or how you can get your questions answered, as well as learning how to tap into your feminine energy, heal, finding your purpose. Well, okay, I got you covered. Join my special coaching program. You can click the link below in the description or in the comment section or go to receivingmyblessings.com. Thousands of women already in this program.
I have already decided I'm going to be doing that.
Okay.
I want after it's like I said in my last one. This man, which is Steven Spieth, and then I also listened to a guy called Farrah Gray. And when you listen to these
You
two,
both of them.
yeah, it's like everyone has an opportunity to grow. Everyone has an opportunity to
Yeah.
learn, to change who they are to be better. None of us are perfect. So listening to
Right.
this man, yes, I've been judgmental, but effective immediately. I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't. If I find myself, that's why I say I'm gonna buy me a rubber band to go on my arm. And when I find myself being judgmental, I'm gonna pop myself and be like, nope, nope, not today. I need to do that with a lot of other things as well. I'm trying to work on
I
my
used to do it when
negativity.
I was growing up,
Yes.
just because I was almost mimicking who I was under.
Yeah.
And then I would look and I'd be like, but you know what? I really don't like how they make me feel when they do it. And I'm like, I would catch myself. Oh my God, I had the same train of thought about certain situations
Mm-hmm.
because that's how that person has been in my life the whole time. I was like, I don't want to be that person.
Right.
So I just been kind of working on it like my whole adult life. Like, I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah. I think it's important that, just like we had talked about a few minutes ago, is like when you're around somebody who's like that, you're like, I don't want to talk to them. And a lot of times people don't know. I'm quiet until I get to know you. What just happened
What?
here? um, Sorry, a little technical difficulty. Um, it's like this. I I'm one of those people that I'm watching you before I will actually get to know you. So I want to see what you got going on. I want to know, are you talking about other people before, you don't even know me. So I'm not going to give you all my business, nothing, because I don't want you to judge me before we even get there. I want to know what kind of person you are. After I felt you out, then I determine whether I want to go any further with you. And there's a lot of people that I've met who I'm like, nope, not going there.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and they're like, cause you meet them and they say, look at that girl, look at that outfit right there. She knows she shouldn't have wore that. I don't know that person. I don't have the right to judge that person. I don't have the right to say nothing about them. If that's what they want to wear, then knock it out. Now, I have been in situations where someone doesn't know me very well and came across to me. I'm one of them people that can tell if somebody being fake to me or not. I don't care
Me
what.
too, girl.
Yeah, and it's like when somebody fake to me, I'm going left. I don't want nothing to do with you because I can't trust anything that you're gonna tell me.
Exactly.
So trying to let people understand, I'm not judging that. That actually is how that person came across to me, and that's an action that she demonstrated to me. I'm not judging. That's how it was demonstrated to me. Men do it too. So it's like you ain't gotta be fake with me. Be real. I'm gonna be real with you.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
But like me and you,
yeah.
we we both no nonsense people.
Mhm.
So that's probably why we gravitate to each other. Because I don't have the need to have a lot of friends. I don't
Mhm.
feel the need to have a whole circle. I
Right.
can just have a A to B,
Yeah.
and I'm good. If that means those are the realest people in my life, I don't have to have more than that. I'm good because
Yeah.
all the rest of that negativity that just blows me. I can't do it. So
Right. And sometimes um it's always best to have the less amount of close friends, the better it is, because
yeah,
it's it's not a lot of drama. Because when you involve too many
yeah,
people, it's drama. I don't care what you say. It's a lot of drama when you involve too
yeah,
many
it
people.
is absolutely. And I don't do drama, so
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm a loner.
yeah, and being a loner can be a good thing, and being a loner can be a bad thing. But I have to say, if you were a loner, can't nobody say you said nothing. Can't nobody say you did nothing.
Hey,
Don't nobody know your business.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So I have to agree 100%. So
And it's not choice. We
yeah.
could be out here and hanging with a whole lot of different females or whatever. It's not choice for both of us. It's
Right.
definitely by choice. It's by
Yeah.
choice.
I mean, I'm sure we both have acquaintances. As I say, there are
Yeah,
acquaintances,
I
but
know plenty of people. I'm very friendly when hey, how are you? But the cutoff because
yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
gonna tell you my business. I'm not gonna ask you yours.
Mhm.
That's just not. And I'm not a hater. I'm definitely not a hater. But
Right.
I can tell. I know I can read people, and I can feel that energy, and I can tell. Mm-mm,
Right.
nope,
Exactly. Exactly.
not today.
Exactly. I'm with you. Yep. Mm-mm. Not gonna happen. Satan, step away. Let me drink on that one, cause I sure did. All right.
Okay, buddy.
So that was the second feminine trait. Next Tuesday we'll do the third feminine trait. And any last minute, anything else you want to say, Nikki?
Just that I need you guys to check out the masquerade ball, get your tickets because we're gonna have a good time.
We
We're gonna
sure
have a good
are.
time.
We gonna
Yes,
show up and show
definitely.
out. That's what we gonna do.
Yes, and it's gonna be lots of fun. Getting dressed up, looking pretty, having on a mask, and good music, food, and just good time.
Yep, sure enough. So, uh, I think that's everything for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're not seeing this video, you can. It's on the Cinco CINCO Vids VIDZ YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Otherwise, I got Anchor, Spotify, WordPress. All of them are on there. So Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. hopefully.